Let's understand the core concept behind generative AI. On the left, you can see a neural network that has been trained on massive amounts of data. During training, the model learns patterns, relationships, and structures from books, articles, images, source code, audio, and many other types of information. It doesn't memorize every piece of content. Instead, it learns the underlying patterns that connect the data together. Once the model has learned these patterns, it can create something entirely new. On the right, you can see the results. The same trained model can generate text, images, artwork, music, code, and many other types of digital content. This is the key idea behind generative AI. It transforms learned knowledge into brand new content based on a user's prompt. Whether you're asking ChatGPT to write an article, Gemini to explain a concept, or an AI image generator to create artwork, they're all using the same fundamental principle. The AI learns from data first, and then generates new, original content when you ask it to. That's what makes generative AI so powerful and revolutionary. Let's understand generative AI with a simple definition. Generative AI learns from large amounts of existing data and then uses that knowledge to create entirely new content. On the left side, you can see the massive amount of data used during training. This data may include books, websites, articles, images, videos, source code, and audio files. The AI studies this information and learns the patterns, relationships, and structures within the data. It doesn't simply memorize the content, it learns how different pieces of information are connected. Once the training is complete, the model is ready to generate new content. On the right, you can see some of the outputs generative AI can produce. It can write text, generate images, create source code, produce audio, and even generate videos. The key idea is simple. Data goes in, learning happens, and new content comes out. This ability to transform learned knowledge into creative and useful outputs is what makes generative AI one of the most powerful technologies in modern artificial intelligence. One of the most exciting features of generative AI is its ability to create many different types of content from a single AI model. At the center is the AI model, powered by everything it has learned during training. Based on your prompt, it can generate a wide variety of outputs. It can write articles, emails, reports, stories, and summaries. It can generate source code in programming languages like C#, Python, Java, and JavaScript, helping developers build applications faster. Generative AI can also create beautiful images and digital artwork from simple text descriptions. It can compose music, generate natural-sounding speech, and even produce videos for presentations, education, and marketing. Beyond content creation, it can help with translations, data analysis, business reports, and many other everyday tasks. The important thing to remember is that the same AI technology can perform all these different tasks simply by changing the prompt you provide. That's why generative AI is transforming industries such as education, software development, healthcare, marketing, design, and entertainment. In the next lesson, we'll explore the popular generative AI tools that make these powerful capabilities available to everyone. Now that we understand what generative AI can do, let's explore some of the most popular AI tools available today. One of the best-known tools is ChatGPT from OpenAI. It's widely used for writing, coding, learning, brainstorming ideas, and answering questions. Next is Google Gemini, Google's powerful multimodal AI. It can understand and generate text, images, and other types of content while integrating with Google's ecosystem. Another leading model is Claude, developed by Anthropic. Claude is known for its strong reasoning abilities, long context understanding, and helpful responses. For productivity, there's Microsoft Copilot. It works with Microsoft 365 applications like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook, helping users create documents, analyze data, and improve productivity. Developers often use GitHub Copilot, an AI coding assistant that suggests code, completes functions, and helps speed up software development directly within popular code editors. For AI-generated artwork, Midjourney is one of the most popular choices. It creates stunning, high-quality images from simple text prompts. Another powerful image generation model is DALL-E, developed by OpenAI. It can generate creative and realistic images based on natural language descriptions. Stable Diffusion is an open-source image generation model that allows developers and artists to create and customize AI-generated artwork. Finally, there's Runway, an AI-powered platform for creating and editing videos using simple text prompts and advanced generative AI features. Although these tools specialize in different areas, they all share the same goal: using generative AI to help people create content faster, work more efficiently, and unlock new creative possibilities. In this course, we'll focus on connecting applications to powerful language models like ChatGPT and Gemini using LLM APIs with C# and .NET. Before an AI model can generate content, it must first go through a training process. During training, the AI is exposed to massive amounts of data from many different sources, including books, websites, articles, images, videos, audio, and source code. As this information flows into the model, the AI begins to identify patterns, relationships, and connections between different pieces of data. The important thing to understand is that the AI does not memorize everything it sees. Instead, it learns the underlying patterns that explain how language, images, and other types of content are structured. Over time, these patterns become the model's knowledge, allowing it to understand context and recognize similarities across different types of information. This training phase is the foundation of generative AI. Without learning these patterns, the model would not be able to generate meaningful responses. Once training is complete, the AI is ready to use everything it has learned to create new text, images, code, audio, and many other forms of content based on a user's prompt. This ability to learn patterns rather than memorize data is what makes modern generative AI both powerful and remarkably flexible. Now that the AI has been trained, it's ready for the next stage called inference. Inference is the process of generating a response based on a user's prompt. In this example, the user asks, "Write a Python program to calculate factorial." The AI first understands the request and identifies that the user wants Python code to solve a factorial problem. It then combines everything it learned during training, programming syntax, mathematical concepts, and coding best practices, to generate a brand new solution. Within seconds, the AI produces a complete Python program that calculates the factorial of a number. Notice that the AI isn't searching for an existing answer or copying code from a database. Instead, it's generating new content based on the patterns it learned during training. This same process works for many different tasks. You can ask the AI to write code, explain a concept, create an image, summarize a document, or draft an email. Simply provide a prompt, and the AI transforms your instruction into useful, intelligent content. This prompt-to-content workflow is the foundation of modern generative AI and the core capability you'll access when working with LLM APIs in your own applications. Generative AI is no longer just an exciting technology. It's transforming the way we work, learn, and create across almost every industry. In education, AI acts as a personal tutor. It explains complex concepts, generates quizzes, creates study materials, and provides personalized learning experiences for students. In software development, developers use AI to write code, fix bugs, generate documentation, and accelerate the application development process. The healthcare industry uses generative AI to summarize medical records, assist with research, support clinical documentation, and help healthcare professionals make informed decisions. In marketing, AI creates blog posts, advertisements, product descriptions, and engaging social media content, allowing businesses to produce high-quality content much faster. For customer service, AI-powered chatbots and virtual assistants provide instant support, answer customer questions, and improve the overall customer experience around the clock. Generative AI is also revolutionizing creative design. Designers can generate logos, artwork, videos, animations, and music simply by describing what they want in natural language. The key idea is that the same generative AI technology can be adapted to solve problems across many different industries. By changing the prompt, the AI can perform completely different tasks. As generative AI continues to evolve, it is becoming an essential tool for improving productivity, encouraging creativity, and helping people accomplish more in less time. In this course, you'll learn how to harness these powerful AI capabilities by integrating LLM APIs into your own C# and .NET applications to build practical, real-world AI solutions. Let's explore some of the biggest benefits of generative AI. On the left, we see the traditional way of creating content, whether it's writing reports, developing software, designing graphics, or preparing presentations. These tasks often require significant time and manual effort. On the right, we see how generative AI transforms the workflow. Instead of starting from scratch, you simply provide a prompt, and the AI can generate documents, images, source code, presentations, reports, and many other types of content within seconds. This dramatically reduces the time needed to complete repetitive tasks and allows people to focus on more valuable and creative work. Generative AI also helps improve productivity. Developers can write code faster, marketers can create content more efficiently, students can learn more effectively, and businesses can automate routine tasks. Another major advantage is quality and consistency. AI can generate well-structured content, suggest improvements, and produce multiple variations almost instantly. It also encourages creativity by helping users brainstorm ideas, explore different approaches, and overcome creative blocks. The key takeaway is simple. Generative AI doesn't replace human creativity. It enhances it. By automating repetitive work, it enables people to accomplish more in less time while focusing on innovation and problem solving. That's why generative AI is becoming an essential productivity tool across education, software development, business, healthcare, marketing, and many other industries. While generative AI is incredibly powerful, it's important to understand that it also has limitations. One of the biggest challenges is AI hallucination. Sometimes the model can generate information that sounds accurate and convincing but is actually incorrect or completely made up. Another limitation is bias. Since AI learns from large amounts of human-created data, it can sometimes reflect the biases that exist within that training data. Generative AI also doesn't truly understand information the way humans do. It recognizes patterns and predicts the most likely response, but it doesn't possess human reasoning, emotions, or real-world awareness. The quality of the output also depends heavily on the prompt you provide. Clear and detailed instructions usually produce much better results than vague or incomplete prompts. That's why it's essential to review AI-generated content, especially when working with important information such as medical advice, legal documents, financial reports, or software code. Think of generative AI as a highly capable assistant rather than a perfect expert. It can dramatically improve productivity and creativity, but human judgment is still necessary to verify accuracy and make final decisions. Understanding these limitations will help you use generative AI more effectively, responsibly, and with greater confidence in real-world applications. Now let's connect everything we've learned to building real-world AI applications. As a .NET developer, your application contains the business logic, user interface, and all the features your users interact with. When a user asks a question or requests content, your application sends that prompt to an LLM API, such as OpenAI, Google Gemini, or another AI service. The API securely forwards the request to a powerful large language model that has been trained on massive amounts of data and understands patterns in language and knowledge. The model processes the prompt and generates an intelligent response, whether that's text, source code, a summary, an explanation, or another type of content. Your application then receives the response and presents it to the user in a simple and interactive interface. This is the power of LLM APIs. They allow developers to add advanced AI capabilities to their applications without building or training AI models themselves. Throughout this course, you'll learn how to integrate these APIs into C# and .NET applications, send prompts, process AI responses, and build practical, production-ready AI solutions. By the end of the course, you'll have the skills to create intelligent applications powered by today's most advanced generative AI models.